Welcome back to Lou's Beauty Corner. This is your girl Lou, and I just got done washing my hair. So I want to chat with you guys, talk to you guys about some things that's going on with me, see if somebody has some answers or suggestions or whatever. But let's start off with what we're doing tonight. This is self-reflection time. I did another video talking about how I was feeling and the things I was going through. So let's just get into the self-reflection. Tonight, while we're doing our self-reflection, I'll be doing my hair, and I'm doing this exfoliating mask. I've seen this all over the YT, all over Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, everywhere I've seen it, even on Facebook. So I got me one. Well, Ricky got me some for Valentine's, and it came with 3 in a pack. And if you know, you know. I just gotta try to let my feet sit in it. It says to allow it to stay on your foot for 50 to 90 minutes. I have not had a pedicure in like 3 or 4 months, so I'm gonna go with the 90 minutes. So let's get into it. First off, let's get my hair separated. So basically I have been a mom for exactly half my life now, like literally half my life. I have been a mother, and at some point I kind of got lost in the sauce. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you got kids, or if you help raise kids, because it's not just people who have children. Most children need a village, and I can honestly say I've been blessed to add on to my kids' village and at different points in my life. So I'm so grateful for that. So, boom. Here I am. I done had kids half my life. I have not ever been able just to hop up and go and do anything. I've always had to schedule everything in my life, like literally, like even at my cycle, I used to schedule that because everything had to be around the finances and the things I could afford to do. And at some points, it was harder to do things than others. So basically, I'm at a point where my kids are grown, or they're adult age, and now they're starting to doing their own kind of grown-upping. We're going to use this leave-in and this leave-in. I'm going to have to put this in a container, or like an empty container, spray bottle or something, because I was not able to find a spray bottle. If you work in the cosmetology field, you'll know what I'm talking about right now. Stuff for cosmetology is kind of being scarce to find, so that's that. So basically, I have, like I said, been just focused on any and everybody else but me. And with me focusing on any and everybody else but me, I haven't really ever paid attention to certain things that I probably should have paid attention to, like how I've been feeling overwhelmed, or like if I couldn't even say I was depressed, because I wouldn't have known I was depressed, because I always stay busy trying to take care of my kids. So if I was depressed, nobody would ever know. And I wouldn't have known, because that's just basically how my life has been going. At some point, this is the Sulfur 8 conditioning spray. At some point, I just basically got into the point of staying to myself. I really can't say I have friends. I have associates. I don't have friends because I don't have anybody other than Ricky. And I don't discount Ricky from being a friend, but I don't have friends. I have my children, and I do have siblings and cousins and stuff, but not friends. I don't have anybody who I can say, hey girl, let's go out to eat, or let's go shopping, or none of that. I don't have nobody I can go and do that with. Like, if I want to go do something like that, I'm always by myself, or Ricky has to go with me. And if you've ever gone shopping with your husband, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, that's basically been everything I've been doing for the last, I'll say, 27 years. Like, basically just being a mom and taking care of my kids, which I have no regrets about that. Like, this is not a complaint. This is just me being honest. And in me being honest, I'm about to grease my scalp. In me being honest, I kind of like got lost. Like, I can honestly say I feel like I'm lost. Like, have you ever seen that that show The Lion, or read the book The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or the Narnia Chronicles? That's how I feel like I was in the room, but I wasn't in the room. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So at some point, I kind of got lost and haven't had time for myself or anything. I haven't had time to do my hair. I haven't had time to buy me clothes. I haven't had time to focus on my mental well-being. I haven't had time to focus on my spiritual well-being. Like, everything in my life pretty much has been around the kids, my job, and taking care of others. Like, I'm always the last thing on my own list, and it shouldn't be like that. That's one part. Then the other part is, like, my health-wise, physical health-wise, has been pretty good forever. I've had little hiccups with different stuff with my health, but for the most part, I've been healthy. And then I want to say in the last maybe 7 years, it's just gotten to a point where I can honestly say I don't remember when I lost me, but I lost myself. Like, I was just gone. I checked out and I was okay with just like allowing whatever had to be for me to function on a regular basis to happen. That's what I've been doing. With me doing that, I haven't been taking care of me. I haven't been loving on me. I haven't been taking care of myself. Like, my hair, I had a video up earlier, and literally my hair, I haven't washed it every week like I'm supposed to. I haven't used my skin products like I'm supposed to. It's not that I don't have it. I have it for the most part, some of my stuff that I needed, but some of the stuff I did not. And every time I get money, like, my first thought is, oh, even though my children are grown, oh, we might need this, or they might need that, or, you know, Ricky needs medicine, and Ricky has money. It's not that he doesn't have the money to get it, and he not like he asked me for it or anything. It's just more of like, this is how my mind works. You know, like, I'm always thinking about everybody else, or I think about my mom. Like, I'm the only one of my mother's children that live here, and it's just me, my mom, my grandma. I do have an uncle that's here, but it's, you know how men are. You know, when it comes to helping take care of your elders, they will financially give you anything, but physically having to do it, like, they're not going to do it. So it's kind of hard. So yeah, I kind of got lost. And when I got lost, like, I don't think nobody ever really paid attention. Like, I always do what I have to do. I don't miss days of work. I don't call off unless I really have to. I don't take vacation unless, like, everything is completely lined up. Like, everything in my life is surrounding everybody else's happiness, their joy, or whatever. So then 10 years ago, I met Ricky, and I thought, oh, the kids are getting older. It'll be time for me to start having somebody for me, because they're all going to eventually find whomever they want to be with and be with that person and everything. So I was starting to think, well, it's time for me to start thinking about me. Girl, I lied. Like, all kinds of craziness happened, and all hell kind of broke loose at one point for a minute, and then it got all back together. And I'm not gonna go like super deep in it. If you guys are interested in what I'm talking about, I'll do a story time later. Just tell me to do the story time, and I'll do the story time later, because it's a long, excessive story time. So basically, that happened, life happened, then the kids started growing up, everybody started moving out, doing their own things and everything. Not saying that when they moved out, like, it didn't hurt. It hurt really bad, because I've literally been their mom since I was a teenager. Like, I was a kid with kids, so I didn't have, like, the teenage life that other people have. Like, I always had somebody on my hip. And before I had my kids, I have an older sister who has kids. And literally, I was her babysitter because she had to be able to work. So I had her kids when I didn't have my kids, like before I had my own. And I have two sisters who have kids who are older. And it's just a whole thing of like family helps family. That's always how it has been in my family. I have no regrets. I love my nieces and nephews. So, you know, no regrets there or whatever. But it's always been, I always had to be understanding. Like, even when it came to like situations with my parents and stuff, I always had to be the one who had to be understanding. And so, boom, here I am. I'm 40 plus, and my birthday is coming expediently. And I started feeling anxiety, overwhelmed, stressed, and angry almost a year ago, because I've been taking some medication, and like, it's not the kind of angry like, oh, I can shrug it off. It's like the kind of angry where sometimes I feel like I'm gonna be one of those postal people and come into work and blow everybody up. That's how I be feeling sometimes. Not because of nothing that anybody else particularly did, but it's just like the landslide of life had came in. So, boom, talked to the doctor, got something for it, and it kind of was helping. And then I want to say maybe about a month ago, I realized the medication he had been giving me really isn't helping anymore. Like, I'll be honest, it's not helping anymore. I am having a very hard time sleeping. I've never had a hard time sleeping. Like, since I was a kid, all I have to do is lay down and I'm out like a light. However, now, and that's just me moisturizing and greasing my scalp. I'm going to do my style after I do all that, but I have to do this first to be able to get my hair detangled. And I'll be honest with you guys, I have sensitive skin. I cannot use the callus remover at the nail shops, and these little feet things are not burning or itching or any of that. And I'm allergic to hair color and quite a few different products, and I did do a patch test. And I'm itching right here with something else because I was trying to see if I could try a different product, but girl, I can't. But these feet things, nothing's happening to me as of yet, so I'm kind of happy because it's something I can use on my feet. So, like I was saying, back to the whole conversation. So, okay, I think I was talking to Nona. And I haven't talked to her that much. Like, Nona gave me her number. She was really kind to me or whatever. However, I try not to, because to me, like, she's a huge YouTuber. I know she's not, like, you know, a person who have 1 billion followers or none of that. But she's big to me because I remember when I first started watching YouTube. And I remember when Nona first started her channel. That's how long I've been watching Nona. Like, I remember her very first ever video. Sounds crazy. But I remember her, Faye, a beauty guru made me do it, Jessica Lee, Geeky Grandma. I remember when her channel was Reed's Beauty Trip. It's quite a few people from the padding community I like followed from day one. And I really liked that part of YouTube more so than the tutorials or the hair challenges or any of that. I just really liked them because it seemed like they were doing something positive to me. Like, you know, there's so many people sharing all the stuff they have and you see their beautiful rooms, but do they really use that stuff or are they just using it because they're getting paid? That's like basically how I felt. And then I remember the first time I seen Jessica share something, and then I think it was like 6 months to a year later, she was still talking about the same thing, and that's what made me say, okay, this is the community for me. So that's when I started like really being and following on YouTube. Then probably right before I met Ricky, because I didn't have cable in my apartment. Like, when it was just me and my kids, there was no cable. It was something I didn't feel like I needed or wanted. One, I didn't need it because I felt like it was an extra expense that I was unwilling to pay for. that was one part. Then two, I felt like, you know, I'm a single mom and I wanted my kids to have more than I had. And I felt like all the kids I watched that pretty much watched TV all the time, they weren't doing well in school. So I felt like my kids didn't need that. They could read, they could study. There were other things. I used to take them places and do stuff with them so that they wouldn't have to do that. Like we used to go shopping together when I was single, and everybody gets that earned income tax credit for their kids. I used to tell my kids how much we got, and I would show them what we were doing with it because I wanted them to be aware of budgeting, like how that's not really a lot of money, but you could make it work. So I taught them how to budget, or I thought I was teaching them how to budget, I should say, because honey, these kids do not know how to budget. I'm finding that out, and I thought I was doing a good job of showing them. However, I took them grocery shopping with me because I figured that would teach them how to grocery shop. I would make them all come in the kitchen when I was cooking, or have them around me when I was doing it, so that way I felt like they were learning kind of while I was doing it. That's what I thought. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought. So, boom. Yeah, that was where I was at. So then here I am on my way to another year over 40, because I'm on this side of 40. And I don't know why I changed my YouTube name. I think I might have to change it back, but if you are watching this whole video and you are liking this or just are going to help me out, please comment, rate, and subscribe. But anywho, so I definitely really at some point like started realizing I wasn't paying attention to myself. I'm not giving myself no me time. I'm not taking care of my hair. I'm not taking care of my skin. I'm not taking care of my body. I was way smaller than I am now when I first got married. I can honestly say I was a 14, 16, maybe a 16, 18, but I wasn't as big as I am right now. So, I've been really having really deep conversations with myself. I even went to the dollar store today and got me some little journals so I can start writing down ideas of videos for this channel, as well as like really write out how I'm feeling and have self-dialogue and write it down and get it out of me so I don't feel like I'm drowning in me, because that's basically how I've been feeling. It's like I'm drowning. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't have, I never feel like I get a break from anything. Like, I just feel like I'm in life, and life is happening to me and around me, and I'm participating in it, but I don't feel like I'm part of it, if that's what, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm just, for lack of better words, or without trying to cry, I'm existing. So, boom, today it's just been a long day, and I was just talking to my kids about how I feel like I'm just existing. Like, I'm not able to have a life right now. And so I'm preparing myself to maybe want to have a life, and I'm kind of afraid of what that's going to look like. Like, part of me wants to quit my job. It's like me just being 100% honest. Part of me wants to quit my job, and it's not because I don't like my job or the place I work or whatever, but I feel like if I had a different job, then I would have more time to pay attention to stuff I'm not paying attention to whatever. But it's not the job, it's just time management. And I can honestly say, like, I always thought I was doing good at managing my time. However, if I am taking care of me, I'm not giving time to the stuff that I want to do. Like if, what should I explain better? Okay, if I'm paying attention to myself, then I'm not giving Ricky any of my time, because I am married and he deserves to be able to spend time with me as well. However, if I do that, then I'm not giving me something, because I'm at work for 8 hours a day, and I spend an hour commuting there and an hour commuting back. And on top of that commute time, it takes me, I'll say, an hour to get dressed, and it takes me a few hours to unwind. So I'm not, I'm feeling like I'm falling short everywhere. Like, that's how I've been feeling. Like, I'm falling short here, I'm falling short there, I'm falling short everywhere. So now my hair is all the way moisturized and hydrated. My scalp is greased. So that's where I've been. So then I came up with this plan that I'm going to do 3 90-day challenges at the same time. One is a hair growth challenge so that I can pay attention to my hair and make sure it's moisturized and that I'm taking care of it. 2, I'm doing a 90-day weight loss challenge, and it's going to start on March 1st, and I'm going to share that intro next week on Monday so that, you know, I can be accountable to me, because I feel like when I was paying attention to the stuff I was doing. If I'm doing a challenge, I'm paying attention to it. If I am just the stuff I was doing here on YouTube, I was paying attention to. So I figure 90 days for 3 challenges at one time will make me focus, pay attention, and stay on task. So that's the first thing. Then the third 90-day challenge I'm going to do is my goal is to start putting at least $100 a week away from my tips. Sometimes I don't make $100 in tips a week. Sometimes I make more. But to actually start putting $100 away every week. So for the 90 days, I'm basically not going to spend my tips on anything other than gas. Once a week, I can spend $20 on something outside of gas, but I'm only going to be able to spend that $20 on fruits and veggies for my weight loss challenge, and I'm going to have to be frugal with those, because that's basically going to make me accountable to me more so than anything else, because that is basically where I feel like I need to be. Like, realistically speaking, that's where I need to be. Yeah, so that's the one part. Now I'm gonna do my hairstyle for the week, you guys. If you know, you know. I style my hair once a week for the whole week, and then I tie it down, and if it starts looking bad, then I will rehydrate and put my hair back in the same style for the whole week. All my hairstyles are going to be short-term protective styles. That's when I plan on washing my hair every week, just to get my scalp back together, because I was experiencing some severe dandruff and psoriasis flakes. So this week is going to be a low bun, and I think I'm going to do a center part. So boom, came up with this plan. I'm going to start these 3 challenges on the 1st of March, and I was going to talk to you guys about it, because I feel like a lot of people who watch my channel more so are part of the padding community. 1, 2, because I feel like I know my sisters watch my videos, my mom watches my videos, and my mother-in-law watch my videos. And so I know my mom and my mother-in-law, usually when I put up a video, if they watch it, they'll say something to me about it, and I respect both of their opinions, and I appreciate both of their advices. So I figure they'll see this and they'll see I'm drowning or whatever, and help me kind of bring it in, or help me try to figure it out, or whatever. I think the last time I was feeling like this, I think Faye said something that was really kind, and she gave me some powerful advice, and I really appreciated it more than she can ever know. She's from New Orleans, and she sounds like my grandma with her accent, and how she wears her makeup and does her hair kind of remind me of my grandma. So it's like really nice. So at this point, I feel like I gotta kind of bring it together, help myself get it together, stop drowning in it. I think, and I was watching this thing and they were saying that women have heart attacks more often and have more heart attacks than men, and we don't pay attention to the signs. And sometimes I feel like my health is gonna get me there. So I am realizing that I need to do something about it. That's the reason why I'm like, okay, I gotta get my weight loss thing started so that I can be better at taking care of me. Because if I don't take care of me, where's everybody else gonna be at if something happens? Like, if I get sick, then our house is gonna fall all the way apart. Like, if I get to a point where I'm not functioning at all, if I'm not going to work, if I'm not, everything's gonna fall apart. So I need to get it together. So this is how this edge control looks. I kind of like the way it feels in my hands. I like to go in with edge control before my gel because I feel like the edge control protects my edges a little bit, and I'm not really into the baby hair thing so much like other people are, so I feel like this is gonna help. Oh, and it's doing what I thought it was gonna do. So that's the reason why I'm like, okay, trying to be very open and honest, because I feel like a lot of times as women, we're always having to keep going. Like you just can't fall apart. And even when you feel like you're ready to fall apart, it's not feasible. If you know, you know. And so it's just been so many things. I think for the last 7 years that I feel like I just kind of just kept going. I didn't stop. I kept moving. And at this point, I feel like if I don't start addressing these things, then I'm not going to be able to keep moving. So that's why I'm having this conversation with you guys. I know this video is super hella long, but I wanted you guys to really see in real time how long it takes me to do my hair after washing it, because this is my wash day, and basically this is my hydration and my hairstyle video for the week. And this is basically how I get my hair together. And I'm trying to learn to wear my hair out, not have a wig on, not put on hair pieces or anything, because I can't, like I said in that one video, I can't remember who told me exactly that my hair was ugly, but I was feeling like that. So I feel like I need to address it and take ownership on my own personal beauty, because I'm beautiful and I know it. Like, I've never ever been told I was ugly when I was a kid. Like, my mom and my aunts and my grandma and them, they always told us how pretty we were. You know, like, oh, you're the perfect little chocolate baby, da 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 da, like just nice little stuff. And your skin's perfect, you got good skin, drink enough water, and all that stuff. And I know that I need to take care of myself. So I've definitely am learning about myself more so here in the last couple of weeks than I have ever paid attention to myself. And I remember when I lived by myself before I met Ricky, every year for Valentine's, I would decorate my room like Valentine's. For the longest time, my room was all like Valentine's, because I wanted that romantic-y feel. I wanted my home to be bright colors and warmth and happiness, and so I did that so that I could have that Now, if you haven't noticed, I have 3 hair ties on my hair. I cannot do a ponytail on myself with 1 hair tie. My hair is just way too thick. And every time I ever do a ponytail with 1 hair tie, halfway through the day, my hair is looking quite tragic. So, unless I use the hair ties, headbands for hair ties, and then that's a whole nother ball game. My hands are so slippery. So, let's get this on here. And I'm just using that much Gorilla Snot on each side. I'm only using it on the front. I don't care if the hair at the bottom of my hair and the back is frizzy. At one point, I did end up with a bald patch, like a little, almost like an alopecia spot, like alopecia traction in the bottom of the back of my head from me trying to pull my hair too tight. So ever since then, I've always tried to keep my hair more so loosely up. So this is how my ponytail is looking currently. And so this is what I do with my little bun maker. I don't straighten my hair. I know that the donut will show a little bit through. However, I just take and put a hair tie around it. And this is what it looks like in the back. And I'll keep it like this for a week and just try to keep it all looking nice. Just because I know Gorilla Snot is not strong enough hold for me. I promise you this thing does work, but it just takes forever to pump out. And then I spray it, and that's that. And then I'll tie my hair down and wear it like that for a week. So if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions on like ways for me to like kind of visit with myself more, put it in the comment section. Like I said, please comment, rate, subscribe. I mean, it's free and it helps me.